There's this saying that the faintest pen is sharper than the smartest brains. I'm sure you've heard that before. And usually, when people say that, they're trying to encourage the listener to write things down and to take notes. I'd like to use the same quote but use a different explanation on mental capacity. Now, when you rely on just your memory to remember things, you are exerting so much more effort on your brain than if you just wrote things down. When you write things down for recollection, aside the fact that generally writing is helpful to for the brain to help in understanding and also recollection, writing as a practice reduces the amount of mental work you need to do when trying to solve a task or when trying to, yeah, achieve a goal. When you have, for example, you have so many things to do, and then while solving that task, you take notes to be able to structure your thoughts, to be able to make a kind of progression in or a sequence in the way you're attempting to solve that task. You'll find it a lot easier than if you only relied on your memory, relied on, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this, and then you're thinking about everything. At some point, you might find yourself stuck. You might find yourself wondering, okay, what am I to do? You might find yourself mixing things up. It's just going to be a much more stressful process than if you simplified your life by writing things down. So, this is one way we can reduce our brain cost. In the last two videos, I've been talking about brain cost and I'd shared 4 habits that increase the brain cost. So if you fail to write things down, that's also another way you increase your brain costs. The second thing I want to talk about in this video is exercise. And physical exercise is great. It's really important to stay healthy, fit, and sharp. Physical exercise is good. Now I want to talk about brain exercise. When you fail to take brain exercises, you increase the cost to your brain to solve even sometimes simple tasks. You find out that the more exercises you take, the more aptitude tests, the more cognitive tests you engage in, even the more games you play that test certain or build certain pathways in the brain, the easier it is for you to tackle problems. Sometimes the better your mood, just because you're exercising your brain in certain ways. Many people are stuck in a set way of life. So they wake up in the morning, they know what they're going to do, they drive to work, they do their 9 to 5, they come back home, spend time with the family. There's nothing really challenging the brain. This is all familiar territory for the brain. So there's nothing new that they're exploring. They are not testing themselves on new skills. They are not learning a new language, a new instrument. They're not doing anything to push the, will I call it the frontier, or push the boundaries of their current reasoning and logic. Yeah, logic exercises are also very important. So because these people don't do these things, you find many of them susceptible to brain diseases as they age. You find people sometimes just bored and not excited about life. That's because they might be exercising their bodies, but they're not exercising their brain, they're not exercising their mind. So yeah, that's another thing you can do to reduce the cost to your brain. So this is the third installment of this series, Brain Costs. I've spoken about 6 habits. If you haven't seen the previous 4, you can check the videos in this playlist. Thank you for watching.